Frank D. Alvarez is the former president and CEO of the Hispanic Scholarship Fund and a longtime member of the WGU Board of Trustees. Frank Alvarez is as I mentioned, led the Hispanic Scholarship Fund, which is the nation's leading Latino organization supporting Hispanic higher education. He is a native of Los Angeles, California, had a more than 30 years career as a healthcare executive, having led hospital systems in California and Arizona prior to joining the Hispanic Scholarship Fund. A longtime advocate of Latino higher education, Alvarez currently serves on the board of directors of the Lumina Foundation for Education, as well as on the board of Western Governors University, and is a past board member and chair of the Arizona State Board of Education. Mr. Alvarez was the first in his family to go to college, and he and his family have lived the transformative nature of a college education. Now the parent of college-educated children, he is committed to higher education attainment for all. Frank Alvarez.
Thanks, Bob, for the opportunity of being here on this special day, and hello, everyone, everywhere. By definition, the word commencement means a beginning, a start, and in your case today, graduate, it's the completion of a rigorous learning process and of a readiness to seize those opportunities a college degree will offer you ahead. And so we are here as family members and friends, mentors, administrators, and trustees to bear witness to your achievement and to rejoice with you on this special occasion. And congratulations anew. You know, as I listened to Bob's gracious introduction just a moment ago, I thought about my childhood friends growing up back home. You know, the ones who knew you when, and wondered what they would have written for my introduction had they been asked. Here's what I think they would have said. Frank was a C high school student who started, then dropped out of the local community college because he was burned out on education and because he didn't possess proper study skills. He volunteered for the military at age 18, married when he was 20, was discharged at 21, became a father at 22, and then went to work at the local natural gas company painting residential gas meters. You know, the ones where the meter maids come and check them and know how to charge you for your gas? So it was a job he felt uninspired by. He was unhappy with the situation and decided, after grousing for the longest time about his state of dissatisfaction, to try education again, and this time is when he took his first serious college class at age 23 at the same local college that he had dropped out of before. He was older than everyone else in his class, more serious a student for all of the responsibilities he carried, and he had to work to supplement his financial aid. His family had to make adjustments to support him, believing as he did that the future would be better. That's what they would write. And I hope it sounds familiar to most of you, if not all of you. You see, I am so pleased to be here today because I think we share a bondedness and interconnectedness around what this university does for you, the adult learner, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. You see, being an adult learner isn't easy. As adults, we have daily responsibilities to manage and worry about that simply don't exist for 18 and 19 and 20-year-olds in college. Our path to a college degree is all the more challenging because of the kids, the rent, caring for our parents, the car, the dog. Our path has more obstacles, more hurdles, and yet you believed and surmounted each. You proved to yourselves and to others around you that you could do it, right? And I know I speak for your family and friends when I tell you how very proud we are of all of you. There's no question that education was transformative in and to my life, as it will be in yours too. Count on it. And so it is that today is about a celebration. And in that regard, this graduation ceremony is like a church wedding where you don't get to the reception and partying until we've been through the officiated service. I've been advised that the best commencement speeches are like comets. Catch you by surprise, grab your attention for the moment they are in view, and are over before you know it. So I want to honor this, your day, by being brief, but before sitting down to take in with you the rest of today's service, I also want to share why I feel today is important to you and to us. The us being your families, to we at Western Governors University, and why today is critically important to our country and to the American way of life. First, for you graduates, today is about advancing another rung on the ladder of success. For those of you receiving a baccalaureate degree, it's about moving to an entirely new ladder, one that extends higher and has increasing payoffs. Studies have been done showing that the difference in lifetime earning potential between a high school diploma and a baccalaureate degree is approximately $1 million. That's $1 million of added income. How's that for a positive return on investment? For those receiving graduate degrees, the ROI is yet greater, as you might expect, and you are our heroes and role models for having continued your journey and further distinguishing yourselves in preparation for yet more opportunities ahead. That you continued your education into graduate school is inspiring, as it is a goal to which we should all aspire. And through you graduates, this day is important to and for your family, isn't it? It's so because with your receiving a degree today, you are setting or raising the academic attainment bar for others in your family, particularly your children, and interestingly, their children too. For you see, repeated studies tell us the best predictor of a child's academic attainment level is that of their parents. It's as though once a degree is in a household, the expectation of college attendance and completion automatically rises, with the children accepting that college is part of their formal education beyond high school. So you see, your degree today, you are impacting future generations. For we at Western Governors University, and I speak of the mentors, the administrators, and for the Board of Trustees, this too is a special day. You see, in some respects, your mentors are like nature biologists, and you have been like caterpillars in the process of becoming butterflies. Science has taught us that when ready to emerge from the cocoon, the caterpillar must struggle to free itself, for without a struggle, its lungs and other anatomic systems fail to fully develop. And so it is with your mentors and the WGU administrators who have been there to teach, guide, and nurture your transition into a new life. They have been careful to advise and support, but without limiting the development of your own intellectual abilities so that your systems will be fully developed. That today is the day you spread your wings and take flight is something they revel in as well. It is you that has been the center of their work, and they take a great deal of pride in being a part of your day today. For we board members, your graduation brings immense satisfaction and a sense of completion, as we, like you, believe in the transformational power of higher education and in the WGU model. We are charged with the responsibility of assuring that the university meets its vision and mission, and we rely on 3 key criteria to guide our governance work. They are a commitment to a high-quality, affordable, and accessible education to all who embrace our model. First, we measure our success by assuring our programs receive full accreditation by nationally recognized accrediting bodies. Second, we test our affordability by comparing and contrasting our tuition and fees against those offered by others. And if you'll forgive me bragging a little bit, we're really proud that we've not had to raise our tuition for over 6 years running. Yeah, that's particularly noteworthy given the fact that there's been double-digit inflation charged by all the others in higher education. So I say we are doing something really right. And finally, and specifically, thanks to our effective utilization of technology, we are successful in reaching people, as Bob said in his introduction, from rural and remote settings across the country and indeed the globe those who have previously not had a quality, affordable education available near them. And as I referenced at the top of this talk to you, you're receiving a degree. How is it that it's important to all Americans? Here's why. If you believe, as do most, that America's strength is in her people, that our creativity, competitive natures, and innovativeness, coupled with dedication to freedom and opportunity for all, gives us, in our form of democracy, a strategic advantage over other nations, then you'll be concerned, as are our public officials, our corporate leaders, the mayors of our cities, and literally anyone you ask, to learn that about 3 decades ago, our American academic attainment, as measured by the number of working adults with a college degree, plateaued at about 35%. That's 35% of all working adults between 25 and 64-year-olds have a post-secondary education, meaning a college degree. It wasn't all that long ago that was okay. That led us in the world to be number 1. We were the global leader economically and socially. Sadly, beginning in the late 1970s, other countries have outperformed us. So now we've gone from number 1 in the world to an estimated 14th or 15th, with countries like South Korea, Norway, Japan, Canada, and others having passed us by. The news isn't all bad, though, as the latest data published show us inching our way up to 42%. That's people with a college degree or credential. So there's been small gains, but we also know that by 2018, 2/3 of all new jobs created in the U.S. will require some form of post-secondary education. So for us to retain and protect our economic prowess, we realize that we need to produce more college graduates if we're to better assure our American way of life. What will it take for us to regain the top spot again, you might ask? Projections are 60%. 60% of Americans in the workforce will have to have a degree if we want to be number 1 again. That's pretty daunting. So it's no wonder then that President Obama is making such an effort to call people's attention to the importance of a college degree, or why a majority of states have adopted plans to increase their educational level of their own people. They know and are more than just a little concerned about the negative impacts of their jurisdictions or to their jurisdictions of an undereducated citizenry, and worry that without properly trained people, the dynamism and vitality of their own town or own city will be threatened. So that's the negative side, but there is good news too, and it is here today. It's a result of your belief in yourself, your willingness to act upon that belief by restarting your academic career, your persistence and self-discipline to see things through to the end, to reprioritize your daily lives and accept deferred gratification. In short, to care enough about you and your family's well-being to act. Now consider the leaders who created and sustained WGU as a model of education. People like former Wyoming Governor Jim Geringer, our current board chair, former Utah Governor and past U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services Mike Leavitt, and others who believed in the need to make a college education available and affordable to you and to others, and who have enabled you to channel your own initiatives and belief in self for the good of others. It was they who in 1999 recruited Dr. Bob Mendenhall, our president of the university, who together with other board and staff have built and sustains our university as the recognized national leader of competency-based online education. So the good news is here today. And we take pride in knowing that with 500 in this hall and another 5,000 viewing remotely, it's clear WGU is doing its part to advance American higher education and to move America back to number 1 globally. But without you as our students embracing our vision, mission, and strategic direction, we obviously we would have not been as successful as we have been, and I'm confident that I can speak for my board colleagues in saying thank you for having chosen WGU. And I'd be remiss if I didn't also add our collective thanks to our mentors and other staff, for their ever vigilant attention to and nurturing of our student-centric education model, where all are focused upon and committed to student success. To Bob and team, well done. In closing, graduation commencements date back from the 13th and 14th centuries, when in Europe, those who received a formal education wore caps and gowns daily as a signal of their place in society. Their caps, or mortarboards as they're called, had tassels, as do yours today, and when moved from one side to another, signaled advancement and attainment. Now, fortunately, we don't have to wear gowns or caps every day today. But in a few moments, you'll be given instructions to ceremonially move the tassel on your cap, signifying the formality of your having earned a degree. It's a perfect time for you to pledge to follow the lead of others at WGU and in American higher education to become an advocate for the academic advancement of our fellow Americans, helping others to follow in your footsteps and thereby strengthen our country through our collective academic attainment. Your children, other family members, your friends, co-workers, and neighbors, they and we will all be better when we have more of us college educated. They'll earn more and elevate their economic condition. They'll generate more income tax to reduce our national debt while rebuilding our national infrastructure. And we'll be able to pay teachers and nurses higher salaries more in alignment with the important work that they do for us all. In short, education can and is the most sure way to reverse the cycle of poverty, to recreate a strong middle class, and to reduce crime and incarceration while improving the health and wellness of everyone. Tom Brokaw, an American journalist, once said, "You are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to good life. Let me ask you to think of an alternative. Think of it as your ticket to change the world." I'll hope you'll agree to use this day and recall at the moment when you moved your own tassel to being a part of a growing national movement to return America to international educational leadership so as to protect and advance our American way of life. Thank you for believing in yourself. Thank you for caring about your family and friends. Thank you for helping to make this country ever better. And thank you for inspiring me and others with your actions today and in the future. America is better thanks to you, and I am glad and honored to have been a small part of your day-to-day. God's blessings.